Hello everyone. We are delighted to have the opportunity today to present our research study based on experiments with a system similar to the beginner e-coaching setup and studies in English-speaking countries. In order to explain the context of our research, we first offer a brief review of literature published on the use of beginner in different fields. This will be followed by a presentation of our own experience with beginner technology along with the associated research. Finally, we outline the theoretical and methodological potential for innovation.
You just move the computer a little bit, you're catching the corner of the screen.
Oh. Thank you.
So we will begin by explaining what beginner is. Beginner is a technology-based approach using an earpiece and a microphone to supervise professionals in real time and give immediate feedback. Beginner allows someone to observe an actual in-the-field situation and to deliver real-time feedback to the professional without causing a disturbance. By allowing the person on the job to take or ignore the feedback he receives, beginner technology engages an adaptation of the professional act to the situation, a modification of the teaching routine, or can be the starting point for a post-situation feedback session.
This type of system is predominantly used in English-speaking countries, where it is operated in 190.52. More particularly, Corner and Brown used it with student psychologists during their immersion training in families. These first experiments gave positive results, and it was considered to be a promising approach to the training of future professionals. The term beginner for BEA was first used in scientific literature in 1971. In 1989, a study demonstrated to use the beginner in a teacher training. From 2006, it was used online, that is to say via internet. Finally, a recent study presents the different virtual technology used in teacher training, such as beginner, video conferencing, or computer simulation. Most of this piece of research relates to so-called corrective feedback aiming to improve professional practices.
Research demonstrates, for example, that live supervision links university staff via different technological devices in order to offer useful feedback during an actual in-the-field experience. The beginner is the most widely used device. Some call it wireless earpiece or the mechanical third ear device or electronic audio monitoring system. Within this paradigm of coaching and supervision, regulation is immediate, whereas previously it often happened after the field experience and out of context. Beginner changed this and thus constitute a method for testing professional practices in real time. Harold, Ramirez, and Nuitwerk suggest that this technology is superior to more traditional forms of supervision because it makes corrective feedback possible in actual class situations during teacher training courses. This type of technology has been used successfully by trainees in different disciplines for several years, like Schiller and Hall said, because it allows the researcher to observe the teacher and to provide direct feedback on his professional practices. ROC uses a wide-angle camera, a Bluetooth earpiece, and Skype to real-time coach pre-supervised teachers. In 2014, Binensi Chairman put together an inventory of certain virtual technologies used in teacher training, based on the idea that real life in the field experience is the best way to prepare pre-service teachers for the complexity and diversity found in the classroom. And from this point of view, Berginier has made it possible for a trainer to observe a teaching session in progress and give feedback during the lesson without disturbing the class. Fillion, Miller, and Lehman published a journal on studies using virtualization technology to take in the field experience into account effectively. According to them, this involves offering the novice the opportunity to acquire a repertoire of pedagogical and didactic skills necessary to become a quality teacher. This in turn implies monitoring in the field session, allowing pre-service teachers to practice their teaching while simultaneously benefiting from the guidance of a supervisor. The particular case of studies on feedback shows that efficacy study on real-time feedback, where supervision offers rich interaction and effective support for pre-service teachers. Real-time monitoring during the teaching session enabled pre-service teachers to instantly adjust their practices according to the feedback. Anxiety levels are reduced in difficult situations. Actual characteristics of the feedback are immediacy, encouragement, adjustment, and other discipline-specific aspects. Devices which aim to bridge the wide research practice gap. Immediate corrective feedback are an effective and non-intrusive impact on the teacher's behavior. Audio-fed coaching could be used to teach best practices or to manage behaviors within the same restrictive ethical and legal environment present in a real-time teaching situation. So Berginier is a way of contributing to the professional development for teachers. Some dependent measures and impact concern the change in teaching practice, change in atmosphere prevailing in the class, and so change in the level of disturbance and the associated benefits, frequency of verbal and physical behaviors mobility to deal with students, frequency to the intervention aiming to put these behaviors back on track, frequency of verbal and physical behaviors mobility to encourage student behavior following an assessment. On the impact of real-time feedback, 90% of the student teachers consider that Berginier helped them overcome their anxiety because of the reassuring presence of a supervisor, and 73% of the participants deemed Berginier as a positive experience. The different types of feedback are encouragement feedback, feedback in the form of question, feedback giving instruction. The moments chosen by the supervisor to give feedback are when the teacher remains silent, after the teacher has spoken, when the teacher is speaking after the lesson, and when the teacher stops when there is a non-verbal hesitation and when there is a verbal hesitation.
Now let's move on to look at how to design this type of system for monitoring professional practice in class and in real time. To do so, we have used the structured analysis and design technique or SADT method. This functional representation of the system is broken down into 3 subsystems. Firstly, the lesson is filmed using a digital camera positioned and at the back of the classroom, teaching workshop or plot of land on the school farm. The second subsystem is a wireless retransmitter of both sound and picture. This system allows the reception of data from another location equipped with a monitor in order to visualize the situation as it taking place. Finally, the third subsystem makes it possible to communicate with the teacher taking the class in real time. These 3 subsystems are interconnected and in real time. The aim of the system is to manage a lesson and give support to the teacher based on what's happened in a typical lesson. Here we can identify the function expected of our beginner system. Thanks to SADT, we were able to assemble and organize the various material and human aspects of the experiment into a system. This method, which is borrowed here from the field of design, could also be transposed to different public fields. In more concrete terms, our in situ regulation system has similar technology as explained here, but present several specificities. This system aims to offer support to teachers during an actual class situation to gather empirical information to enlighten our research questions. In our system, the first teacher who is front of a class is equipped with a wireless earpiece and connected to the second teacher who is another room in the school. The professional situation is filmed and broadcast to the other location. In this way, the second teacher can watch the video and speak to the teacher with wireless technology and real time and offer feedback.
This beginner system has been adapted to our training and work situation. It was designed and experimented in France within the framework of a doctoral study in educational science. Our empirical work took place in the French agricultural education system and focused largely on training teachers in the field of the science and technology of agricultural equipment, and to a lesser extent in the field of information and documentation science. To begin with, we set up the system between a pre-service teacher and an experienced teacher, then between peers, and finally between 2 novices. This work was carried out over a period of 4 years and mobilized 10 teachers during 20 teaching sessions. The data collected is based on a compilation of discourses, on the observation of film teaching sessions, and on pre- and post-session interviews, as well as on the filmed observation of joint preparation sessions.
we are going to report on the last phase of the experiment between two novice teachers. We set up our Bug-in-Your system in 3 phases. During the first phase, 2 teachers prepared a lesson together, and this joint preparation session was filmed. During the second phase, the jointly prepared teaching lesson took place twice and was monitored by using Bug-in-Your technology. The roles were reversed, which made it possible to maintain a symmetrical relationship within the decentralizing process. The third phase was the opportunity for post-session feedback with the researcher based on the accounts of the 2 teachers. This phase took the form of a semi-directed interview and was recorded.
Why did we choose to use this system in our research? Faced with the training of teachers and the question of their empowerment entry into the profession, we were confronted by a certain number of problems and questions. Indeed, in France, rapid entry into the teaching profession plunged novice teachers straight into a professional context, alternating periods spent at the training center with work experience in a school. New teachers are immediately confronted with complex situations. The complexity of the situation is the same for experienced and for novice teachers. In the teaching profession, teaching situations are not presented progressively. Furthermore, new teachers are left all alone during their first teaching session, even when they are still in training. The different types of results. Before the monitoring session, the teacher's feeling of professional efficacy, the first result. The estimate need for regulation or scaffolding, second result. During the session, transmission and reception of information and to modified action. And after the session, the reflexivity is engaged and according to the information transmitted and the associated practices, the awareness of the complexity of situation. The result of the research on the use of the Bug-in-Your technology can be analyzed from several perspectives, which opens up interesting avenues. The target power to act take effect in the classroom situation. It requires perceiving the relevant clues that will enable the teacher to make decisions which are useful to the action based on different judgments. This refers back to taking into account the complexity of the situation. We can say that professional development is based on a socializing process of knowledge development situated and contextualized by the areas of mediation combining research and practice. These processes must allow the actors to successively assume the role of external support and internal auto-reflexivity in a way that is both iterative and socializing. The assessment of practices indeed the teachers perform an initial individual self-assessment of their practices. The role of formative feedbacks refer at the process of enlightenment regarding practice based on taking the formative feedback into consideration. The changes in professional practice because we can see the emergence of tacit knowledge which when clarified is transformed and acquired by way of a reflexive process resulting in the construction of new knowledge. the reinforcement of self-esteem would appear to be, on one hand, a way of making the information given more accessible, and on the other, a way of positioning oneself as coach. It can help to create this climate of reassurance which makes it possible to relate more openly to one's own practice. The co-teaching in this system would appear to all an interest for training on the basis of three simple principles, who are simultaneity, distance, and parity. Several theoretical approaches can be mobilized with the use of this system, such as the notion of scaffolding. The concept of scaffolding, Brunner, may help to comprehend the situation in which professional practices are regulated. The scaffolding process, through the feedback given, guides and thus empowers the learner to solve problems. Without scaffolding, the problem solving would remain beyond the learner's abilities. Brunner analyzed the learner as a social subject. The notion of mediation, approached by means of the technical, symbolic, and language dimension. The notion of professional development, through its developmental and professionalism approaches. The notion of support, the notion of regulating practices, where regulation refers to making the effort to be consistent, to maintain the balance in order to adjust a behavior, or to maintain the balance of a complex system, to moderate according to rules. The notion of assessing practices is a form of social moderation, of confronting perception in a collaborative fashion. Different methodological perspectives can be envisaged. To us, it seems quite possible, for example, to consider supporting professionals differently when they enter in the profession, taking into account both the reality and the complexity of the professional sector. Bug-in-ear technology could also help target professionals in difficult situations within time frames adapted to the situation. Bug-in-ear makes it possible to train professionals who are in a real work situation, which may provide the means to target a certain form of efficacy. It's also possible to consider variation in the system in order to adapt it to the professional and to the situation. For example, we could replace the earpiece with a tablet, which would provide information in written form. Finally, the portability of the system, which relies on mobile technologies, means it can be adapted to various training situations, for example, off-site, that are difficult to access in ordinary training situations. Finally, we point out that this system enables the researchers to collect data in a systematic and relatively complete manner. In conclusion, we can say that the Bug-in-ear system, adapted to different research and training contexts, can be a powerful tool for developing learning and professional development processes, but also for developing collaborative work situations. However, it presents certain limits that future research will have to overcome. These limits are linked to current technology, but also to the acceptability of the system by those concerned or its appropriation by researchers and trainers. Thank you for your attention. you.